Your dial. You're listening to WFCK Radio. Discover the power half hour with On the Spot with Preacher and the Spaniard. Welcome everyone and all species to the hottest voices in the morning. Your lover's favorite voice to wake up to in the morning. Here's your hosts, Preacher and the Spaniard.
With Preacher and the Spaniard.
Very nice. Very nice indeed. Hey, good morning, everybody. You got it on the spot, man. Don't you go anywhere. It's cold. It's chilly. So that's the top news today, man. It's cold. It's cold out there, man. Good morning, Preacher. What's the good word?
Good morning, man. It is too stinking cold outside.
Yes. Yes, it
I
reminds me.
think when I looked at the news this morning, O'Hara was at like 7 below or something like that.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
According to the weather.com, it is currently 12 degrees in Cook County and 15 for a high today. For those that are the Celsius persuasion, that is 11 below 0 Celsius with a high of 9 below and a low tonight of 15 below. So yeah, it's getting cold.
Yeah, it is cold. It's definitely cold out there, so you got to find ways to stay warm. You know, it's hot chocolate. Just cuddle. I guess cuddle. I mean, Cuddle Duds. Are you a fan of Cuddle Duds? You wear those Under Armour Cuddle Duds or those
I don't really have any of those. I'm a big fan of blankets, man. I'm a big fan of blankets.
Yeah, right on, man.
Yeah.
No, but when you go out though, I mean, when you go out, like tomorrow, you're going to be going out to go referee football, right?
Mm-hmm.
You gonna bundle up, or you're going to wear a blanket when you go out?
I got a winter coat. That's what I got.
It, huh?
I got a winter coat.
Wow.
So I usually wear a baseball cap for the head.
Mm-hmm.
Which, depending on how bad it gets, I mean, to be honest, yesterday the worst thing that hit was the wind.
Oh,
even more than the cold. That wind was nasty yesterday.
Yeah.
So
craziness.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the wind when it's this cold. Burns your face.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess that's the hot topic this weekend. It's gonna be fucking cold, and but for this morning, for the drive-in, if you guys are driving to work or to school, I don't know, are kids back in school over there in your neck of the woods?
Yes,
okay.
They are. It depends on the school district. Some are doing like a 3 days on, 2 days off. Some are like a 4 days on, 1 day off kind of thing where they're e-learning.
Right. Yeah.
So, but most kids, I do see them going to school, and the private schools are back in session with no restrictions, essentially. So,
I heard this term this morning, and I don't know if this guy was bullshitting or what. He's some kind of superintendent, you know, he had the suit on and everything. So I'm assuming he was somebody of official capacity somewhere in the education industry. And he was calling kids zombies. He said, I'm tired of seeing our children turn into zombies. And I'm like, what?
Oh yeah, I did read about that.
Yeah, zombies. What the hell is that supposed to mean? Because they're on Zoom, they're
it's the screen time thing.
Yeah.
So kids are so inundated, and this is not just kids. This is not just kids, but I know where he's coming from.
Okay.
Dígame. So when you are at home, you stare at a computer screen or you stare at a TV screen.
Okay.
When you're out in public, you have a cell phone and you stare at a cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much screen time. There's so much lack of personal interaction that they are literally becoming those who walk through life completely glued to a screen. So that is the only way that they are getting a personal or social interaction.
And are they being forced to stare at a screen? I mean, is that
In some respects, yes. In some respects, no. I mean, with the
Yeah.
e-learning thing, obviously they're doing that.
Okay.
But I mean, how many of them are just watching YouTube stuff on their phone or are,
Exactly.
playing video games or
Video
watching
games.
movies or something like that? They're
So,
constantly inundated with entertainment.
but it's nothing new though. I mean, they make it sound like, oh my God, these kids are attached to the screens. Well, no fucking shit. They've been attached to screens for the past fucking 10 years. That's nothing new. I
Yeah,
mean, now
no,
now that now that they have to do it, oh, now it's an issue because they have
yeah,
to. That's how they have to get their education. So now we have to feel sorry for these kids. I don't, man. I don't feel sorry for these fucking kids. They
I
got
don't
it made
feel
as it is.
I don't feel sorry for the kids. What I would say is I would encourage parents,
Encourage
especially
it.
parents,
Oh God, here we go.
that when your child is done with computer time,
Yeah,
in other words, if you're e-learning, okay,
right. Yeah.
after you're done e-learning,
Hmm.
and this is something that you guys can do as a family,
Sure.
take a concentrated time, so an hour or two, okay, to do something that is non-screen related.
Okay. Yeah.
So think
Okay.
about
Sounds
think
great.
about play or, if they're little, to be honest, I would love to see the board game come back.
Oh
I
yeah.
think about board games with kids.
Now, preacher, I got to stop you right there. That's a beautiful, beautiful plan. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you something. I at this rate right now, I think the adults, I think the adults are too damn tired, man. They're gonna come home from whatever they're doing, and I don't think they're gonna want to fucking play a board game. They're gonna want to go either right to bed or have a shot, have a drink, and just like I'm done with this day. Bring tomorrow on, and
Well,
I
then
don't
that
know.
leads to another question.
Yeah,
Are the parents then being forced to work at such a rate that it literally is a detriment to the lives of their children?
mm. See, I don't know, man. Because again, I don't feel sorry. It's just because
Yeah.
these are your kids, right?
Yeah.
Parents have an obligation to teach their children,
Yep.
right? We could agree on that. So,
Absolutely. Morning, Jim. Morning, Aaron.
hey, good morning. Good morning, guys. Yeah, so it's up to the parents to raise their children. Now, is it whose fault is it that the education is not being provided? Whose fault is that? I know it's
My
not the school's fault. I mean, it's up to the parents. So, I mean,
Yeah.
here's my point. I think these parents or these school districts, they're so up in arms. There's a lot. I guess every time I turn the news now, that's like the top of the news now is these teachers unions and these cities are at war about going back to school and what have you. I'm like, well,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, and they're saying the kids are affected. Well, I mean, again, it comes back to the parents, man. Parents just do whatever it takes to teach your kid, man. Don't rely on people you don't know. Don't rely on these strangers. Don't rely on the Mayor Lightfoot. Don't rely on all these people,
Yeah.
who can't claim to be these leaders. Take it upon yourself to teach your kids. And if you can't, then I mean, I don't know what to tell you, man. We've been dealing with this shit for what, a year and a half. And it's just I mean, Doc's got it right. People just want to bitch about something. Well, I'm tired of bitching. How about solutioning? Give me
Yeah.
some solutioning. Stop the bitching. Let's
Yeah.
come up with some solutioning. So we'll see.
And my
That's right, Jim.
Preacher
Education does start
uninvited
at home.
me. No, actually, Doc, I have not played. Yeah, I don't think I've played a board game session since the last time we played together. So no,
Yeah.
you have not been uninvited. I have just not set anything up because it's
Yeah.
on me.
Yeah.
But I mean, but here's the thing. Going back to your earlier point, who's in charge of teaching the kids? Who's the responsibility of teaching the kids? The parents are.
Sure.
So that means if they go to a public school, they get involved in the PTA association, ask their kids, what are you learning in school? Show a genuine interest in what your child is doing.
Hmm.
Private school, it's the same way. I mean, there are parent teacher conferences. There are ways to understand the curriculum that's being taught. It's just it's 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 being intentional about showing your child that their life matters.
Whatever.
I mean,
Just
and I'm not saying that to just, be fluffy, and I'm saying your kid
Yeah.
The reason why your kid is going to view certain things as important and
Mhm.
certain things as not important is because you, who are the parent, who they look up to, who they are with more hours of the day than not,
Mhm. Right.
most of the time,
Right.
you show an interest in certain things.
Yeah,
Why do you think
exactly.
I mean, think about it. Parents that are addicted to sports, okay? What are their
Mhm.
kids like? Their kids generally like sports. I mean, they'll
Mhm.
make their own decisions
My
later on
kid
for the
doesn't.
most part, but they like sports, or at least they are knowledgeable about those sports.
Yeah.
If a
Yeah,
parent
mom.
is a scientist or a parent is an accountant or a parent, there is a tendency to have a knowledge or at least an understanding and an interest in that particular field as well.
Now here's a question for you. My kid doesn't like sports. I have a 14-year-old
Okay.
old boy, doesn't like sports. I mean, I don't know. I didn't encourage it. I didn't force it upon him growing up. So I mean, I asked him one day, "Hey man, you into sports?" He's like, "Nah." So I've been watching him. I've been, he's you know what he's into? I
Mhm.
mean, he's into gaming, which is cool. I mean, I'm starting to get into gaming too, but no, he is more interested in these serial killers. Like he's into the profiling, like the FBI profiling books. Like he's
Okay.
interested in how these investigators caught serial killers, like the whole
Hmm.
forensics. I'm like, holy shit, dude. I go, that's cool. Now, see, that's the
Yeah.
kind of shit I don't know if I had an influence on that or not, but I gave him a chance instead of pushing sports down his throat. I said,
Yeah.
playing football is not going to get you a job when you graduate high school. I mean, it's whatever sports is extracurricular. All right. And I
Mhm.
said, it's
Sure.
extra. You don't have to do that. I go, I'm not going to be one of those parents that's going to shove it down your throat and make you become a fucking superstar when every Tom, Dick, and Shelly is trying to do that to their kid. I'm not going to do that to you. I'm like, I'm going to expose you to a lot of different things, and it's going to be up to you to decide. Choose your path, and I'm going to guide you. That to
Sure.
me, that's not parenting. I mean, I would do that for anybody. That to me, I think that's just, is it teaching? I don't know. Is it to me, it's just opening the door, going back to that thing about solutioning, right?
Mhm.
I could tell you all these problems that we're having. And if you ask me, okay, Spaniard, okay, you're bringing me all these problems. Well, give me some
Mhm.
solutions now. And I'm like, okay, we haven't gotten there yet. So that's what I said. Let's come up with
See,
some
but
more solutioning.
but so that type of education
Yeah.
is what education used to be.
Used to be. Yeah. Let's just bring it
Yeah,
back.
it used to be.
Bring it back.
What happened is in this country, we went from privatizing and individualizing education. Remember back in the 16, 17, 1800s?
No,
The
I
reason
don't.
why
I
you
wasn't
don't
there.
see
Yeah.
these massive schools
Yeah.
until like mid 1800s, early 1800s
Hmm.
is because most of the education was done in the home.
I know.
Most of the education was parent to child. So if
Yeah.
your parent was illiterate, the child was most likely illiterate because I can't teach him that.
Right. Hey, we're the best country in the world, the best educated. That should be an easy solution there, preacher, shouldn't it? We're the best, number one.
Well,
We're number
which
one
is
at everything.
why which is why instead of privatizing that,
Yeah.
they pulled it out of the private sector
Yeah. Pulled it out.
and the Department of Education was created so
Hmm.
that every child has the ability and right to go to school.
Hmm.
But by doing that, now you have to set standards. Now you have to
Stupefied
set
now.
what's being taught. You have to set a curriculum. And
Yeah.
now instead of it being an individual basis geared towards the desires and needs of the child, now it's the test score,
Oh
the
yeah.
curriculum,
You nailed it,
the
brother. Right
doctrine.
there. There it
I
is.
mean, that's what it
There
is.
it is.
Jim's
Yeah.
not exactly wrong there. Education is always going to be done from a certain perspective,
Yeah.
and your perspective is going to be different from someone else's perspective.
Such
And
is life.
so when and I'm gonna say this, when the Bible says, "Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he shall not depart
Ah,
from
there
it."
you go with that Bible thumping crap. Yeah.
But here's the
There you go.
thing, it's as
Yeah.
much of a warning
Sure.
as it is a good thing.
Yeah.
Because if a child is trained in the wrong way, he doesn't know any better.
I know.
He's
That's
just gonna
common
keep
sense
going that
though.
wrong way.
See, but that's common sense. I mean, that's you don't need
But common sense isn't common
oh,
anymore.
I know.
How
I
many
know.
morons do we have out there right now? Because
That's an
I
entire
can't
show in
teach that because
itself.
the warning label says no.
Yeah. No, you're right. You are right. I shouldn't even said
How
that
many
word
how
common
many
sense.
stupid warning labels do we have to have about you shouldn't stick the marker up your nose?
Ooh,
This
yeah,
is
this
not
marker.
meant to be. Yeah, exactly. That marker right there.
Yeah.
Is there's probably some
Yeah.
like do not inhale, or do not stick up or
Yeah.
protrude from something.
Mm,
There's some dumb.
yeah,
There's absolutely stupid warning labels on things, and yes,
I
some
know.
of them are done for fun, and there's some that are just weird, but there are some that are absolutely asinine.
Oh
This should
man.
not be used as a projectile in a catapult. Bull crap.
Oh man, you could put anything in a catapult, yeah. Oh
I know,
man.
right?
Here's the other thing, preacher. I don't know. I'm secluded in, middle of nowhere here, and every once in a while we go out into the matrix to load up on on supplies. This last time we went out when it was nice out, we loaded up the matrix van. We headed it out into town, and we decided to get some fast food. And we went to this, I'm not gonna promote them because I'm just not gonna do it. But typical fast food, they've over 1 million
Sure.
sold. And so
Yep.
we stopped in there, and I can't eat that shit no more. So I just had French fries, and it was trophy wife and the intern cat grinder. It was just us three, right? We got
Mhm.
three. I guess got French fries and the 2 Big Macs. Well, apparently the special isn't no more. It used to be the 2 for $6 shit. Well, that's gone.
Yeah.
So I said, give me
Yep.
the two Big Macs. And they're like, okay, anything else? I said the French, 3 French fries. So I get to the drive-through window and I'm getting, giving my card, and I didn't hear the total. And it was almost it was almost $19, man. Almost $19 for that shit. So I'm like, wow,
Mhm.
okay. So I'm trying to trying to break it down. Okay, so okay, we went to McDonald's. The Big Mac was almost $5 a sandwich. And I'm looking at the sandwich that they're eating. I'm like, holy shit, it's so fucking small. I was like, have we? I go, I don't remember. It's been a while since I seen a Big Mac up close, and it shrunk. I was like, wow, man, that's a Big Mac. So I don't know,
Mhm.
when did it change? When did the size change, or has it been changing throughout our existence and we just haven't noticed it? Or
This is something that companies do.
yeah,
I'm trying to remember the exact word for it, but basically they take products and they slowly shrink them while
yeah.
keeping the price the same, so that the
Oh,
profit margin is different because their cost of ingredients will
yeah.
go up. So, like, the
I
cost of
know.
certain things will go up. So, in order to keep the profit margin the same, they have to shrink the product that they're selling to the consumer while keeping
Yeah.
the same price.
Yeah. I know there is a
I'm trying
term
to
for it.
remember the exact word for it, and
Shrinkage. Kind of
it's
weird.
escaping me.
Yeah.
But think about this. Remember when bottles of pop came as 20-ounce bottles?
Yeah, I
You know?
do. Yeah.
You
Uh-huh.
get a let me
Now they're
see. I
what,
don't even think
16
I have
ounces
one.
now? 16 or
It's
12?
16.9 ounces. It's 500 milliliters. It's half a liter.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, remember when it used to be, I used to go to a machine, or I used to go to the store and I could get a 20-ounce bottle of pop. Now it's 16.9.
Yeah. Man, I don't know, man. That's like I said, I'm moving closer and closer and closer to self-sustainability, man. It's shocking to see how much I had to spend. And that didn't even fill us up. It was like eating Chinese food. Like,
Yeah.
an hour later we were hungry again. And I'm like, holy crap. Yeah, cereal too. That's another thing, man. Now when
Oh,
we do get
yeah.
cereal, I gotta get the twofers,
Yeah,
it's
that
gotta be the 2 for
exactly. They
5.
got skinnier.
Yeah.
So the boxes are they were never
Tall.
20 ounces, Mandela
Mhm.
effect. But they're the same size on the face, but they got skinnier and skinnier. The bags are getting narrower. Yeah.
That is just, and it's happening right before our eyes, and it's just scary. Yeah, so that's why I started making some phone calls this week. I actually, I called this, fishery. I think it's called a fishery.
Okay.
They mass produce tilapia, and, they deliver it
Okay.
to your pond, and like I said, "Why I have a pond." I don't know
Mhm.
how, how big it needs to be to raise fish, but man, I'm researching, dude. I was like, I wanna raise
Sure.
fish now. It's like, the rabbits, the chickens, the goats. It's like now I got to add a couple more. Now I want to add sheep and fish. That's the next thing on the list on the wish list. But man, it was just shocking, man. And I kind of felt violated when we got home, and it was like I'm sitting here looking at the receipt, and I'm like, God damn, man, almost $19 for 4 items. Five, no, it was 5 items. Almost $19, man. So I'm sounding like an old man, but man, money's tight these days. I can't be doing that again. I can't be going out and splurging on fast food. I mean, that's like a luxury now. Fast food became a luxury item when fast food used to be convenient. Now it's like you got to
Yeah.
work up to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sure do love some Popeyes though. I could eat the fuck
I
out of some
mean,
Popeyes
we're
chicken.
starting to realize the cost of things too.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
see, and here's the thing: the dollar menu isn't the dollar menu anymore.
yeah. Yeah,
It's
it's
now a
the
dollar
value
50.
menu.
Yeah, it's $1.50 for a chicken sandwich that was once
Yeah.
99 cents, and it's the same tasting cardboard chicken patty. I don't mind it.
Right?
I like it. But,
Your tiny little hamburger that used to be, you remember when it was like 65, 70 cents or something
oh, I
like that?
know. Yeah, it was like
Yeah,
super cheap.
now it's $1.05,
Mm,
$1.10. Yeah.
craziness, man. So, like I said, I'm done. I'm done for a while, and I don't know. Getting ready for the Super Bowl. I think we have nachos this weekend. I'm gonna make all kinds of
Nice.
nachos: Irish nachos, Mexican nachos, Jamaican nachos. I don't know. I'm gonna make a shitload of nachos. It's gonna be nacho weekend. Ooh,
Nice.
that has a nice ring.
Nacho
Anyway,
weekend.
but anyway, I'm gonna have to cut this one short because it's cold out. I have to go check on the animals. But just some quick production notes. Don't forget to join the rest of the crew tonight. We have a special for you. We have one of Doc's productions that one of his challenges that
Yeah.
he had introduced. He put something together, so gotta tune in tonight. Now, this is one of the things I know Doc says you cannot miss, but this one you cannot miss. Really, it is it's going to be an exciting display of our premiere challenge video. And that premieres tonight at 8 p.m. right here on the Round Table, right here on Black Sheep Bravo and on YouTube, same channel. So anything. Well, before we head out, Preacher, any final thought?
We have our this day in history.
Yes, right
that I'm
on.
gonna
Lay it
do.
on us, man.
So, this day in history, I'm gonna do two because there's two interesting ones.
But we got to make it quick.
And it's so the first one is the Punic Wars ended back in 146 BC. So if you remember Hannibal and Rome fighting it out, war
Yes.
elephants, all that stuff,
Hello, Paris.
those are the Punic Wars.
Yeah.
They ended with the enslavement of Carthage.
Yeah.
Rome becoming a Mediterranean superpower. And the other one is Mexico adopted its present day constitution in 1917 today.
¿Cómo?
So happy Constitution Day to Mexico.
Viva Mexico. Yeah. Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Right on. Hey, see, there you go, man. That was beautiful. So that you get many more of that. You got much more of that every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, right here on the spot. Brought to you by WFCK Radio. Brought to you by Black Sheep Bravo. I don't have the outro yet, but I'm working on that.
We're working on it.
We're working on it. Tune in tonight. It'll be worth it. Oh, well,
Oh, yeah.
we found out that the project isn't complete, but hey, it's early, brother. It's only almost 8:30 your time. You have
Yeah.
less than 12 hours.
You got time.
You got time. All right. That's all we got for you folks. Have a great weekend. Stay warm. Yeah, get that hot chocolate ready.